Morning, everyone. How we doing? Good to see everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome to the 2025 Media Day for the Rocket Classic, presented by Alumni Fi. And right off the bat, there's headline number one. The name sounds a little different. Late last week, we just announced a tremendous partnership with a terrific Michigan-based business, Alumni Fi, who has come aboard as the presenting sponsor to complement our long-standing title sponsor, Rocket. Thrilled to have them on board. Let's give them a round of applause for their support of this great event. So it's all practiced together. It's the Rocket Classic presented by Alumni Fi going forward. So we're 3 weeks away. We'll have some of the best golfers in the world starting to assemble behind us here, participating in the new Monday Pro-Am. It's going to tee off tournament week for the, hard to believe, 7th edition of this amazing event. It has gone fast, but it's incredible to take a step back before we dive into 2025 Rocket Classic presented by Alumni Fi and look back at Dan Gilbert's vision for bringing a PGA Tour event into the city of Detroit. It has taken shape, and traveling around covering golf for many years, this has been one of the most unique tournaments that's been started. And more importantly, maybe, it's been one that has stayed true to its desired intention and goal and continues to pay off for the residents of Detroit on a regular basis. So the plan for this morning, this press conference, then we'll have a little golf fun on the putting green with some of you who are bold enough to partake and perhaps be the subject of some barbs, and then to the great Donald Ross designed Detroit Golf Club North Course for a day of golf. First, some thank yous to recognize a number of folks from the Rocket Companies team here. We welcome all of you. The Rocket Giving Fund Board, which I'm honored to say proud member of since its inception, and all the good things that you'll hear from Laura and the other folks who've been a part of that. Great to have everyone here. New presenting sponsor, the folks from Alumni Fi are here. Good morning, everyone. They're the smiling faces down here. It's like first day of school. They took the front row seats. They did not go to where most of us sat as media members in the back in the corner with hats on. Welcome. It's so nice to have you as part of the event as well. As well, the leadership of Detroit Golf Club. Love to signal some of them out. Michelle Samuels, and David Jones, Keith Hazley, Keith Studzinski. Good morning to all of you, and congratulations. Just announced within the last few hours by Our Detroit that Detroit Golf Club has been voted the private golf course of the year here in the area. So congratulations, DGC. This doesn't happen without the volunteers. Volunteer General Chair for the Rocket Classic, Katrina Kelly's here. Great to have you back with us. Also, some representatives from the longstanding nonprofit partners, some of the folks who benefit directly from the event. Midnight Golf Program, First Tee of Greater Detroit, the Detroit Police Athletic League, among those here. So thank you to all of you, and we're so glad to once again benefit from the Rocket Classic. In addition to that, this event doesn't happen in any way, shape, or form without somebody who day to day wakes up, goes to bed, and thinks of what's next with this. The great tournament director, vice president of Intersport Golf, Brittany Janis. Brittany, so good to see you again. Congratulations, and a round of applause for Brittany and her team. The amazing job that they do. List all the people who are involved in this event. So there's something missing here. That's the trophy, which means there's a story and a reveal coming up. Earlier this year, title sponsor, as most of you in this tent know, underwent a significant rebrand. It is now simply known as Rocket, so the tournament is now the Rocket Classic. Try to make sure you remember it's the Rocket Classic. There's no middle word in there. For both the company and the tournament, the new logo is a big part of this. We have a dramatic reveal coming up here. Laura Bade, the lead designer, Brian Madden, the lead fabricator, are bringing the trophy up here. This is the first look at the brand new Rocket Classic trophy. Good morning, nice to see you. All right, there it is, the world premiere of the brand new trophy. And it fits, it works, great. Congratulations, thank you both. And they will be available later for pictures and interviews as well regarding the design of the trophy. So thank you both for coming up, and we'll see you shortly. Yeah. And one of the big things that keeps in the theme of what this event has been about for the first 6 years, now the 7th year, is a great local connection to the trophy and what it will mean and how it has come about. Rossetti is the designer, based right here in Detroit, as so many of you know, and other companies played a part, local companies. P2R Metal Fabrication from Clinton Township, Aristocast, Dunright QC Coatings Inc. from Shelby Township, Capital Stoneworks from Bridgeport, SRS Detroit based in Troy, Spencer Manufacturing Company LLC in Port Huron, and Signed by Suki in Detroit. So much of the design and bringing this thing to life, like the fabric of this event, locally based. So what does the trophy mean and represent? What are the couple of lines to explain why it is what it is? It represents the dynamic blend of architectural and manufacturing legacy that is uniquely Detroit, embodies Detroit's strength and vision. The limestone base is the anchor, honoring the city's resilient foundation. That's pretty cool. I love that. Its raw, industrial, and natural textures reflect the grit and resilience of Detroit, grounding the design in the city's resilient identity. The investment cast aluminum from transitions, you get the square base to the circular top. That symbolizes stability, growth, ambition, reflecting both Rocket's mission and Detroit's spirit. So it all unites with the new logo there at the top, and we'll have a fact sheet available if you were not diligently copying every word I just said to explain how we can explain what the trophy is all about. So congratulations to everyone for this beautiful design. And you see the winner will be able to hold it up and take it out of the base, and it'll look pretty cool. And it was done intelligently, because nothing looks stupider than golfers trying to lift a trophy and disconnecting the base. This one's easy. Take it out, hold it up, put it back in. Done smart, done in Detroit. All right, great lineup of speakers for you today. Laura Graneman is the Executive Director of the Rocket Community Fund, the Gilbert Family Foundation. Laura and her team have done awesome work here in Detroit with a number of nonprofits helping to steer the direction of this tournament's charitable giving. Art Thompson is next to Laura's left, your right, Chief Information Officer for the City of Detroit, working tirelessly to try to improve the city. And here today, he's going to share some of the details on some of the ways that the Rocket Classic's Changing the Course initiative, which we've talked about a lot over the last half dozen years or so, is really helping connect the city and end, not bridge, but end the digital divide. And to his left, your right again, Bill Emerson, president of Rocket Companies and the Rocket Giving Fund. In addition to his day job, he plays a massive role in not just the start of, but the continued success in this event. And we'll also be hearing from one of our past champions and a great ambassador for the Rocket brand, Ricky Fowler. He'll be sharing a message with us in a little bit. So before we do that, and before we turn it over to Bill and Art, we will start with Laura. Come on up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It's wonderful to be here. We're so thrilled to have the opportunity once again to celebrate another Rocket Classic. But most importantly, from my perspective, and I hope from all of yours, the Rocket Classic is about way more than just golf. Golf is the thing that brings us together, but the Rocket Classic is about giving back to our community. It's about spotlighting the city of Detroit and celebrating all that we can do when we work together towards one single mission. I often like to say that we overestimate what we can do in 1 year, and we underestimate what we can do in 10 years. And now we're really seeing the benefits of that, because over the last 6 years of the Rocket Classic, over the last, see, I gave you an excuse, now you can do it, because I did it. Over the last 6 years of the Rocket Classic, we have officially raised over $9.9 million towards our mission of ending the digital divide. And of course, it will be so gratifying when we hit that $10 million mark. So this year we get to celebrate that as a major milestone of the Classic and for our community. Our investments as a part of the Rocket Classic primarily go towards bridging the digital divide. And of course, this tournament started in 2019. The very next year was 2020, and we all know the importance of being digitally connected during the years of the pandemic. It's not just a fad, though, for us. It is something that we need to stay committed to because our community still needs the resources, devices, internet, and connectivity to stay connected to their education, to their employment, to their community, to their healthcare. Everything that we do, we now do online. It's no longer just about a privilege to have access to these tools and devices. It needs to be thought of as a utility or as a right for our communities. The Rocket Classic has been proud to be a part of driving over 160,000 Detroit families to get connected to low-cost internet options and distributing over 70,000 devices for our young people, for our seniors, and everyone in between. And one of the great partnerships that we announced last year was with Human IT. Human IT has been a long-standing partner of ours, and for anyone who's up for a very short little field trip, you can go just a couple blocks down the street here where Human IT actually has a brick and mortar retail store that we've been really proud to support at the Rocket Community Fund and at the Rocket Giving Fund through the Rocket Classic. That retail store takes actually mostly Rocket technology, refurbishes it, recycles it, and then puts it out for at subsidized costs for our local community members to utilize. This is a great way to think about creative philanthropy and really utilizing all of our resources to give back to our community and make sure that they're set up for success. So we're extremely proud of that investment. And our second new partner is Black Tech Saturdays. Black Tech Saturdays, for anyone who's not familiar, is an incredible community that has come together in a very grassroots way to support entrepreneurs and individuals with big aspirations. And of course, our digital inclusion work fits extremely well with the mission of Black Tech Saturdays to ensure that each of these organizations, small businesses, individuals has access to the tools that they need to set themselves, their business, and ultimately their community up for success. So extremely proud to have Black Tech Saturdays as a new partner this year. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the Rocket Classic also supports some incredible youth-based organizations like Midnight Golf, like DPAL, Detroit Police Athletic League, and First Tee of Greater Detroit. So we're extremely happy to be part of supporting the growth and journey of these young people as they connect with both digital resources and the power of sport to stay connected and engaged. As I conclude, I just want to mention a couple of different sponsors that have come to the table as well. We've been really grateful for all of our returning sponsors and our new sponsors. And one new sponsor this year is Comcast, who has supported our Golf and Give program, and so we wanted to give them a special shout out. We at the Rocket Classic are, as I said at the beginning, about way more than just golf. So we're going to not just think about Rocket Classic as a golf tournament, but now it's about the community's golf tournament. It is the community's classic. So we really appreciate all of your support in continuing to tell our story and continuing to lift up the Detroit community. And thank you all for being here today to celebrate with us.
Thank you, Laura. That's such a big headline to go over $10 million here later on this year with this year's tournament. The Giving Fund meets during the year, and it's such a wonderful 90-minute meeting or Zoom call, depending on if you're in person or not, because you leave feeling really good because you do get to hear and see the difference that is made from this event. And Laura referred to 2020. I've got to tell you, it's one of the great executions of that whole grit determination thing we talk about with Detroit and the trophy design and all of that, because there were a lot of folks who did not pull off their event in 2020, and there were a lot of folks who, if they were in this city or the position this city and the sponsor was in, would not have pulled off the tournament. And the Rocket Classic did. It was kind of that enduring quality that we love so much. And that was real, and that was pretty special. And that was the year that the effort to bridge the digital divide really just took off and has become the foundational part of the giving portion of this event. And in his role as the Chief Information Officer for the City of Detroit, Art Thompson's going to come up here to tell us what he has seen personally, the impact delivered, and share some details on the progress made. Please welcome Art Thompson.
Good morning, everyone. It is an honor to be here. As Mike and Laura had stated, this is amazing. This is 2025, so 5 years we have dedicated, Rocket has dedicated this towards bridging the digital divide. And regardless what changes we're seeing in the government, the one thing that has been consistent is the partnership, the collaboration, the coordination that Rocket and the partners pull off to make sure that we continue those efforts. Laura touched on some amazing things that I just want to highlight to make sure everyone understands. The federal government released a subsidy where they were subsidizing the cost of affordable internet. Detroit led the nation with 160,000 families who took advantage of that subsidy. So when you start to talk about bridging the digital divide and the importance of it, it speaks volumes. Where you can say that Detroit, as it always does, lead, really highlights and takes advantage of those programs. And if you look at what happened in 2020, Detroit kept moving. And so we went from a city where we had children in parking lots trying to do homework or catch up, to now you look at the city of Detroit, we're changing that narrative. We have over 7 certified tech cafes. We have over 21, or we have 21, certified tech hubs, where we can now give people the opportunity to walk to their nearest tech cafe or their tech hub and take advantage of digital skill learning, building a resume. As Laura said, it's not just about the youth or the seniors, it's about everyone. Anyone who needs to get to a device, anyone who needs to be connected, which we all do in this modern day. It's really been transformational. It's really been really just encouraging and uplifting to see this, to see the participation that Detroit has from all over, taking advantage of these programs, continuing to try to push and develop and grow to being a tech hub, right? Detroit is seeing that energy, seeing that revelation around technology, where it is now more important than ever to have technology, to have growth and adoption. And thanks to Rocket Classic, we have that opportunity where we are continuing, 5 years down the line. It's not something that happened in the pandemic and it's over. We're seeing this transformation continue. And as Laura said, we set 10-year goals when we start to talk about these things. We're halfway to that goal, so we're already going to be talking about what the next 10 years are going to be and how we're going to continuously achieve this. And it's really been amazing because we're seeing partners like Human IT, which if you guys do not donate your e-waste is your old technology, your old devices, you should be, right? Because it is something that you may seem, not fond of. It's old now, you want to get rid of it. But by donating that e-waste, what they're able to do is recycle, refurbish these devices, and give those to people at a low cost, and really give people the opportunity to get devices that they never would have had, they would have never been able to afford. You start to talk about the ecosystem here in Detroit, and thanks to partners like Black Tech Saturdays, we're seeing now hundreds of people gather on Saturdays to talk about exciting things around technology, talk about exciting opportunities, and having this boom of entrepreneurs focused around technology. And I gotta say that a lot of this starts with bringing people together. And so I just want to say thank you to the Rocket Classic. Thank you to all of you who are making this dream come true and making this possible, because we are seeing Detroit change and we're seeing technology really start to grow and boom, as it should be, and we'll continue to see that for the future here on out. So thank you.
Thank you, Art, and I'm now inspired to clean out that e-waste, the old computers that are sitting around, and put them to good use. It's really a great idea, and hopefully we can all pass that thought through the loud, platform that the tournament provides and get people inspired to do that as well. It's pretty neat. All right, so what's cool about this event is it's so true to its ethos in that the big story is the community involvement and what we've done, and where it's going. And then we talk about the golf. That's not the order in a lot of these tournaments. It's usually, okay, who's playing? We want to know that. And we're going to get to that because I know a lot of people do want to know that because that is an exciting part. And I can tell you, if I can tell you firsthand that there are players who over the years have come here and will stop you when you're at a U.S. Open or at the Open overseas, and they'll say, you know, that Detroit event is really pretty cool and the city's really neat and I'm glad we did it and my family really had a great time. So this vision has become something players talk about, and I think you see that in the quality of the field once again. Here to share that and more about this year's tournament is Bill Emerson.
Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? I mean, a phenomenal day to be talking about golf. The weather is beautiful. You guys can go out and play some golf, have a little bit of fun, right? What an unbelievable day. By the way, I want you guys, when you come up here to look at this or when you get a chance to see it, look at the base. That's all I'm going to say. Just check out the base and then figure out what the base actually is. Okay? I'm not going to reveal. You guys didn't reveal, so I'm not going to reveal, but you can check it out when you get up here. Nah, nobody said anything. Anyway, before we get going into the golf stuff, I do have to take a minute and just acknowledge Dan Gilbert. A friend and a colleague for 32 years, the vision that he has had. He's a singular force in this city, what he's been able to do and what his philanthropic heart has done, not only investing in downtown and billions of dollars and revitalizing, but the hundreds of millions of dollars into the communities, into the neighborhoods. Without his vision, this event wouldn't be what it is today. And really what he thought about this from the beginning was, you know, we do events in Detroit, right? People have mentioned the draft and they've mentioned the Final Four coming up, and those are all the culmination of years and years and years of work. But Dan's vision was, how do we get something on an annual basis that will shine a spotlight on this incredible city and let people that come from all over the country see what's going on here, as well as we've talked about impact the community and the neighborhood. So I just, you know, without him, we wouldn't be here doing what we're doing today, and I just want to take a second and acknowledge that. I also, I mean, anybody who's done this, they know it takes an army to put something like this on every single year, right? And so clearly, you know, I want to thank the Rocket team. I want to thank the Rocket Entertainment Group, which is a group that's inside the family of companies. Intersport, who we've been working with since the onset, and most importantly, the Detroit Golf Club. I want to echo, I'm a former member here, I want to echo when I heard that it was just voted the best private club in the area. In my humble opinion, it is one of the best clubs in this entire region, and without the Detroit Golf Club, we wouldn't be able to have this vision of a tournament in an urban core. There's only one other tournament in the country in an urban core, and that's the one at Eastlake. So thank you very much to not only to the club, but most importantly, thank you to the membership. It's not lost on us that you guys donate this golf course every year for us to put this tournament on, and we greatly, greatly appreciate that. And as you know, as I said, I'm a member years ago, and I love what I see at this place. I love how this place has evolved, and so just thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being able to do this. We did talk a little bit about community impact, so you know I'm not going to necessarily go back through that, but we are going to have a lot of fun here this week. A lot of stuff going on from a golf perspective. First of all, Saturday and Sunday prior to the tournament, as you know, the John Shippen will be here. We'll have 16 black golfers qualifying. The winner will qualify to be in the Rocket Classic. I almost did it. Which is a pretty cool thing if you think about it. And you know. So we're excited about that. We got community days. Wednesday is community days. It's open to the public. There's no admission fee. We have the Pro-Am that day. We will have a kids clinic, golf clinic. So it's an opportunity for anybody in the community to come in and experience this and, you know, maybe get to see a shot or two from a really, really bad golfers next to professionals, because that's what a Pro-Am is. Let's just be honest, okay? Thursday is bow tie day. Near and dear to our hearts. It's the honor of Nick Gilbert, who passed away a couple of years ago. And the fact that everybody out here will be wearing bow ties, the caddies will be wearing bow ties, it's a great, great testament to who Nick was. And so we're looking forward to that. Friday, we're going to honor our military and first responders with Folds of Honor Friday. They will have access to this place for free. And so we're excited to be able to honor folks that do so much for us on a regular basis. And so many more things that are going to happen as a result of this. Now, that's inside. That's what's outside the ropes. Inside the ropes, you guys don't really care about that, do you? Let's talk about some amateur golfers. I think we've already mentioned, but Dominic Clemens is going to be here. He's from the University of Alabama. Ashton McCulloch, a Spartan, will be here as an amateur, and then Michael Lasasso from Ole Miss. He just went out and won the NCAA individual championship. Those three will be here participating in this event. We've already announced the fourth best player in the world, Colin Morikawa, who's going to be in our field. Our old friend Ricky Fowler is coming back, a champion. Cam Davis, two-time champion, is coming back. The one and only Tony Finau, again, returning as a champ. And our inaugural champ, Nate Lashley. So, I mean, that's a decent field. But we're going to now lay out for you, first on the list, Patrick Cantlay. 8-time PGA Tour winner, 15th in the world golf rankings. So that's cool. Keegan Bradley, 18th in the world golf rankings. He's been on a tear this year, and he's going to be the Ryder Cup captain this year. So that's a great announcement. Max Homa, who's a 6-time tour winner. Tom Kim, how about a 3-time winner at just 22 years old? Pretty impressive. Min Woo Lee, 29th in the rankings, second place finisher last year at the Classic. Aaron Rai, who he finished alongside Min Woo last year, so we're glad to have Aaron back. Brant Snedeker, 2026 President's Club captain, 9-time PGA Tour winner, and an old friend of the Classic. And last but not least, Zach Johnson, 2-time major champion and 2023 Ryder Cup captain. So, decent number of folks to be announcing. I know we'll have some more coming, but we're excited about this field. We think it's going to be one of the best fields that we've ever had. And again, I think part of that reason is just they love coming here. They love the energy that Detroit brings, right? People talk about, is it Detroit a football town? Is it a hockey town? Is it a baseball town? Is it, maybe not basketball. But it's a sports town. It's a sports town. People love to come out and have some fun, and they bring the energy, and that's what the players love. So, folks, that's what we got for you. Thank you for your time today. Thanks for being here, and I'll pass it back to the one and only Mike Tirico.
Thank you, Bill. Some great headliners there. Some really, really big names that will be added to the field. And Keegan Bradley in that space there in June, you're getting very close to those last few events before the Ryder Cup. So that's going to be huge for Keegan. And do not mistake for a second, there are going to be players who add this because they're close and Keegan's in the field, because that's the way you can catch his eye. And by the way, he's playing his way onto his own team. He's playing great. And you mentioned Brant Snedeker as an ad. Sneds had the low round of the day yesterday to finish top 10 at Jack Nicklaus's tournament down in Columbus at Memorial. So some great names added to the field. It'll be an exciting week. And as we've seen, usually comes down to the 18th green, and usually comes down to somebody under pressure having to make the putt in that whole location there. So we are excited for a great field one more time. As was mentioned, Ricky Fowler, one who has been very familiar to this event, past champion, ambassador for the Rocket brand over the years, is in the field as well. Ricky would love to join us. However, he's a little busy right now because today, as is tradition after the Memorial Tournament, is golf's longest day, 36 holes of qualifying for the U.S. Open, which is about 10 days away from starting at Oakmont in Pittsburgh. So Ricky is in the process of grinding through that, but before that, he took time to send a special video message for us that you can see on the screens here now.
I hope you're enjoying the 2025 Rocket Classic Media Day. Thank you for all you do to showcase the unforgettable moments of this tournament, whether it's the action on course or the ways this event positively impacts the community. While I can't be there today, I'll be back at Detroit Golf Club later this month, ready to compete. From teeing off at the very first Rocket Classic in 2019 to making birdie on the 18th hole to win in 2023. I've made so many unforgettable memories at DGC. Detroit sports fans are some of the most passionate and fired up in the country, and it's powerful to be a part of a tournament that gives so much back to the city. The field this year will be stacked with outstanding champions, and I can't wait to join them and all of you soon. Let's do this, Detroit.
And thank you to Ricky for sharing that. And by the way, Ricky, with his play yesterday, qualified to get into the Open at Royal Portrush in July. So he's played good golf here along the way. That win here a couple of years ago really spurred Ricky back to more consistent and good play. And it's funny how you watch. Ricky was the young guy with the long hair who everybody came out to see and ooh and ah when he was out there playing, when he broke out on tour. And I saw on his social media last night his post as he qualified for the Open, holding the flag of the Open with his two kids and his wife. Ricky's gotten old, as we all have, but he's still playing some of his best golf, and we look forward to seeing him. All right, we are on time, so that means we're on time for the plan. Here's the rest of the morning for you. We're going to ask everyone to join us at the practice green for the annual media chipping and putting contest, a tradition like a lot of others, not no other, but it's fun, and we'll abuse you, and hopefully you'll win a sleeve of balls or something. And that'll be followed by the opportunity for one-on-one interviews. Anyone up here, you want to talk about the trophy, find the answer to the burning question of what is the base of the trophy. For those playing golf, the driving range will open in about 25 minutes at 11:30. We ask you to be at your carts by 11:50. It is a shotgun start at noon Eastern time. We'll see you all in 3 weeks for the Rocket Classic presented by Alumni Fi. We are so excited to have you with us today, and this weather is a harbinger of what we're going to have, what's really become the best summer week in the city of Detroit here at Detroit Golf Club.